So I've been in this real estate business for 36 years. I started as a lender. One of the things I've learned is it's not just the rate and the program, it's the execution of the loan officer you're working with. And I really was excited. New American Funding is one of the leading companies in the country. They have a division, We Fund LA, and I was really excited to meet Daniel Arias, who talks about, it leads the team there, and talks about how to help buyers get the most in this market in these volatile times. Daniel, thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Bill, appreciate the opportunity to be with you this morning.
So give me a little background. Refund LA, what is that and how are you different than other lenders in the business?
Yeah, so We Fund LA is really a branding strategy that we created about 5 years ago that is more representative of us as mortgage advisors and the community we serve. We work here in the SoCal market, which I would argue is probably one of the most important real estate markets in the entire country. And we really wanted to make sure that we created a brand and a marketing strategy that connected us with our community. We sit on charity boards. We are an integral part of this community in many different ways. And I think having a branding strategy that really was representative of us was important. And so We Fund LA is, again, just a branding strategy. And we have this powerhouse top 10 lender independent mortgage bank in the country of New American Funding that is really on the back end executing all of the loans, the products, the pricing that we offer.
So I had the privilege of being on a panel with you that Robert Hahn Associates put together and to hear you talk about the market. And I think a lot of that stuff sounds very exciting, but I know the distinction really that you bring to the market is the daily blocking and tackling of getting customers educated, clear on their goals, get the process together, get everybody on the same team. Tell me about what it takes to be successful in this market versus last year or two.
Yeah, I mean, we worked in an environment where we were selling virtually free money. If you bake in inflation, borrowing money at 2 or 3%, you're basically borrowing money for free. And, you didn't really have to work all that hard or really explain things in detail. But, with higher interest rates, brings more challenges for a lot of buyers. Some buyers are getting priced out. Some buyers think they're priced out, but they really aren't. And, it's our job to really tell the true story and really tell what's going on with the economy. Really explain some of these catchwords that are being thrown around: inflation, recession, and a lot of times your mind is going to automatically go to the negative connotation that those words bring. But I think if you really break it down in a simplified manner where a 10th grader can understand it, it really will allow the buyer to make an informed, educated decision based on today's market. And speaking of today's market, I really think there's a very unique window of opportunity. Probably maybe 3 to 6 months before we see a flood of buyers come back into the market, because we're starting to see rates trickle down as inflation has begun to curve. So have rates, and rates are starting to come down. And so I just really think that taking the time to educate the client, and it takes time, right? If you really want to get into the weeds and have a client understand today's market, it could take 30 minutes to an hour to really break everything down. And I like to share charts and I like to share data, not just what I'm saying, but where I got my data and where I sourced all the information. So I just really think it's up to us as mortgage advisors to bring truth and to bring value and to bring the actual data of what's going on in today's market.
One of the things that hasn't changed, I've been in real estate. I think I've been in mortgages before you were born, but I started in 1986 as a mortgage lender. And the truth then, I think is still the truth today that I see as a realtor, is that the key to success for a buyer is still preparation, getting your paperwork together, getting everything turned in properly. Is that still the case? And what do you do to help buyers, get motivated to do the extra work ahead of time to prepare to enjoy the success down the road?
Sure. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, we're in the business of setting expectations. I think we do a good job of making sure we set expectations. I've learned through trial and error that really setting the right expectation up front will set up a great client experience, right? I think for us as mortgage advisors, you never want to be in a position where a client can come back to you and said, "You never told me this," or "You never explained that," or "I didn't know what I was getting into." And so I think we do a really good job of setting proper expectations. And so, we have a very systematized way of doing things here. Everything from the way we incubate leads, and when we get introduced to a new client, the way we track those leads, the way we stay in touch, depending on what phase of the buying process they're in. But having a system in place is half the battle, and making sure that you can actually execute and follow up with that system every single day will ensure that you provide the best client experience possible. We're not just mortgage advisors to do one loan for you. We really want to be that mortgage partner for life. And I think if we do a good job, we'll earn that trust from you, and also the trust from friends and family as well. So, I think the initial process can be a little bit overwhelming. We like to front load a lot of the underwriting and documentation preparation and review up front. I used to be that young mortgage advisor that wanted to make the experience very quick and easy, and I maybe wouldn't go as thorough and as deep. And then sure enough, something would pop up, during underwriting that I may have missed because I wanted to make it a little easier for the client. But, through trial and error, I think we've learned that it's better to be more thorough up front. It's better to ask for more documentation up front and explain to the client why you're doing this. You're setting them up for success. You're setting them up to be able to make an offer with no loan contingency. And as long as you're setting that right expectation, I think, the client understands, has a better understanding of why you're doing it the way you're doing it.
Now, I know you guys have been, pretty purchase focused your entire career, and certainly we found LA, and you work with some of the top real estate teams in the area, as well as people who are struggling. And I'm sure, like me, you see agents every day who are struggling and not making it versus those that are kind of getting over the hump and adjusting to this market. What do you see commonly amongst those agents who are making the adjustment and getting success even in this market?
Yeah, I really think it's all about mindset. I mean, this market will be and can be whatever you want it to be. And if you subscribe to the narrative that this market is a declining market, or that, prices are coming down, or that, it's a terrible market, then it's going to be a terrible market. But if you subscribe to a market of opportunity, if you subscribe to a market of abundance, then it's going to be that as well. And so I think the differentiating factor that I'm seeing amongst mortgage advisors and real estate agents that are out there, the ones that I think are capitally invested in their business and are out there doubling down on marketing, doubling down on personal development, doubling down on systems, I think those are the ones that are clearly rising to the top, while the ones who have subscribed to a market of fear and a narrative of fear are the ones that are taking this wait and see approach. I mean, if you are trying to wait and see what's going on with the market and waiting for rates to come down and waiting for the market to get better, then by the time business does come back, in a meaningful way, then you're going to be forgotten. You're not going to be top of mind. But those who are staying top of mind with their clients, those that are doubling down and investing, are the mortgage advisors and are the real estate agents that will be top of mind to their clients as things continue to evolve. And Mickey Parsegian, one of my mentors, told me this many, many years ago, that you never want to live and die by interest rates. You always want to be purchase focused. And I've never taken my foot off the purchase pedal. For the last 18 years that I've been doing this business. Refis will come and go as rates shift, but I think purchases will always be there, as there's always going to be a need for a work relocation or a growing family. And so we've been very fortunate that we've aligned ourselves, like you said, with a lot of the top producing brokerages, a lot of the top producing agents in the community that have come to us and have now leaned and relied on us as their lending partner.
Yeah, I think even those real estate companies, some of them used to just have like some fly-by-night company who was giving them a kickback, and that was great back when monkeys could finance deals. But now you need the best professional on your team to help your buyer get qualified, get your offer accepted, get the deal closed. You can't
Absolutely.
play around right now, and so that's why I'm sure you're seeing real estate agents come back to you to say, "Hey, can we talk about doing some business again?" Because the days of just giving the business to some other person, I think those days are over.
Yeah, I agree. It was funny because I started in this business in about 2004, 2003, 2004. And I started working with a group of agents out in the Palmdale and Lancaster area that I got hooked up with. And it was different. You had those agents asking you for a kickback or saying, "Hey, how much will I get for every client that I send you over?" And my mentor, Mickey, had always said, your commission's your commission. You worked hard for it. You've earned it, and never give it away to anybody. Obviously, it's one, illegal, but two, it's yours. You've earned it, and you're going to keep it. So don't ever fall victim or pressure to do that. Yeah. And I remember getting those requests and those offerings, and I stood true to my integrity and what Mickey taught me, and I never did to this day. It's funny, one of the biggest teams we work with, we've probably closed 500 escrows with this team. to this day has never asked me for a single sponsorship, marketing allowance, Zillow request. All she has ever asked me for is to represent her well and to treat her clients with respect, with integrity, and with great service. And it's one of the craziest things that I know she's been personally responsible for, quite a bit of income for me and my family over the years. And to this day, the one thing she values the most is just that service and client experience.
Nice. Well, look, I appreciate so much getting a chance to chat with you. I know you're busy, and we appreciate the opportunity to introduce you to my clients as well as my team members who need mortgage financing. If somebody had more questions, want to get together with you to talk personally about perhaps how you can help them with their real estate mortgage needs or real estate agent with their business, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, we have an awesome team here at We Fund LA. You can go to our website, wefundla.net. There's 6 or 7 mortgage advisors here to service all people from all sorts of life, whether you're buying your first condo or you're gonna move up to that dream home of yours. And so we've got this great team of 6 or 7 loan officers here at We Fund LA. You can go to wefundla.net and look us up there.
Fantastic. Daniel, again, always great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time today, and look forward to working with you again soon.
Bill, appreciate the opportunity.
Thanks.